Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about aromatic amino acids and aminoacidurias. So we will discuss about the three amino acids phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. But here phenylalanine and tyrosine together, tryptophan separately. And to end with, we will have a small note on aminoacidurias. So as I told you, what are the aromatic amino acids? Phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. So let's see the chemistry. As per we studied the classification of amino acids, what is the criteria we are going to use? First, coming to essentiality. Phenylalanine. So here phenylalanine and tryptophan is essential. Okay. But tyrosine is non-essential. Okay. Tyrosine is odd one out, that is non-essential. And phenylalanine, phenyl ring. Okay. Tyrosine, phenol ring. Just one letter difference. See now, here Y is there, here O is there. When the letter O comes, it is phenol ring. Okay. So what will be the difference? Just one hydroxy group between phenylalanine and tyrosine. And tryptophan will have indole ring. Okay. But all are glycoketogenic. That's it. All right. So let us see with the catabolism of phenylalanine and tyrosine. So phenylalanine, on phenylalanine hydroxylase will get tyrosine, and now tyrosine on transaminase alpha ketoglutarate to glutamate will get para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate. Then para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate on dioxygenase or hydroxylase also fine. Okay, so you can write dioxygenase easier. Vitamin C is required, oxygen to CO2 will get homogentisic acid. Okay, please remember homogentisic acid. And then on oxidation, copper is required, will get mallyl acetoacetate. Okay, so after mallyl acetoacetate continuation, now mallyl acetoacetate on isomerase, here this 5 here is isomerase, will get fumaryl acetoacetate. Okay, or acetoacetic acid. Okay, so for easy remembrance I am telling, can remember acetoacetate. So fumaryl acetoacetate on hydrolase, that means cleavage is happening. Please remember that in this step you are going to see the cleavage. We'll get acetoacetic acid and fumaric acid, or fumarate and acetoacetate. It's very easy. Just remember fumaryl acetoacetate. Break the term. Acetoacetate separate, fumarate separate. Fumarate enters TCA cycle. It forms link with urea cycle also. I have explained to you in urea cycle video what is that link I have explained to you. And acetoacetate, this is entering ketogenesis and cholesterol, two pathways. Okay, acetoacetate itself is a ketone body, right? So ketogenic pathway, it is also part of the cholesterol biosynthesis. Now let's see some biologically important compounds: melanin, thyroid hormones and catecholamines. So let us see the synthesis of melanin. We are seeing tyrosine. On tyrosinase, please remember, for first step and second step, tyrosinase only, no other enzyme. Tyrosine on tyrosinase, oxygen to water, DOPA, dihydroxyphenylalanine. Okay, on the same tyrosinase, dopaquinone. Then by series of non-enzymatic reactions, we'll get indole 5,6-quinone. Just remember, from DOPA on tyrosinase, then there are several non-enzymatic reactions, indole 5,6-quinone, and then we'll get melanin. So this is a byproduct of the dopamine metabolism. It occurs in the substantia nigra. You can also include this point. It occurs in the substantia nigra of the brain. So what is the importance of this melanin is, skin coloration. So melanin is the one going to give the color to your skin, right? And if this enzyme is absent, it leads to a clinical condition called albinism. So the important enzyme in synthesis of melanin is tyrosinase. Please remember that. Now, let us come with the catecholamines. Okay. So tyrosine on hydroxylase, we need TH4 tetrahydrobiopterin. Okay, oxygen to water, DOPA. DOPA on decarboxylation, dopamine. Dopamine on hydroxylation with vitamin C, norepinephrine. So vitamin C is important here. Norepinephrine to epinephrine, there is a transmethylation. I told you transmethylation means SAM to SA is important. Please mention SAM to SA whenever you are writing any transmethylation reaction. Okay, right. And then from epinephrine, epinephrine has come, right. So epinephrine on methyl transferase, simple, just remember methyl transferase sufficient. Again there is transmethylation to form metanephrine. Then metanephrine on MAO, monoamino oxidase, whose deficiency causes violent behavior. This becomes VMA, vanillyl mandelic acid. But these are just only byproducts, but important is up to epinephrine important. These are optional. If you want, you can write it in your answer. Okay. So coming to the catecholamines, I told you epinephrine, norepinephrine, dopamine. What these catecholamines are going to do is it is going to regulate your BP and heart rate, obviously, right? So when you have more BP and more heart rate, your catecholamines are helping to increase that. Okay, so it's basically going to play with your blood pressure, your systole diastole pressure as well in your heart, right? That's the main function. Okay, now let us see thyroid hormones. So what is the protein I want you to remember here is the TGB. TGB, can remember it as thyroglobulin. TYR as tyrosine. So thyroglobulin, tyrosine. On active iodine, this is important. It forms TGB, MIT and DIT. MIT is monoiodotyrosine, DIT is diiodotyrosine. Now continuation. So on DIT residues, on coupling, so there is a coupling to form TGB, T3 and T4. How did it come? Coupling. So here 1 is there, here 2 is there. 1 plus 2, 3. Coupling means combining. Can remember like this, like for example, if we have to join two bogies, what they do in next to a railway station, if they have to join two bogies, the person, the mechanic comes, he sees the two coaches and he will do some settings so that the coaches get joined. That you can remember it as coupling. Okay, it's very common in railway stations, right? Anyway, so we are getting TGB, T3 and T4. So how we are getting? This is 1. Once again, this is 1 and 2. So 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 2, 4. Okay. And so there is a proteolysis. The breakdown of this thyroglobulin, it will be released. We'll get T3 and T4. This is all happening in the thyroid gland. That's where in the histology of the thyroid gland, I've explained to you that important feature, thyroid follicles. That's where we are having this T3 and T4. Okay. So what will be use of this thyroid hormones? Okay. It's mainly to regulate your calcium levels. Okay. It's important to maintain the blood calcium, right? And if it goes excess, you have hypercalcemia. If it goes low, you have hypocalcemia, right? And any clinical conditions will be there, like hypothyroidism. We'll have Graves disease where it will be excess. We'll have gigantism, acromegaly, where this all will be more. Okay, so this is about the T3 and T4 functions in very brief. Right. Now coming to the disorders associated with the phenylalanine and tyrosine. first very important is the PKU, phenylketonuria, enzyme deficient phenylalanine hydroxylase. What are the clinical features? Mental retardation, low IQ and tremors. Please remember, for every amino acid deficiency, mental retardation, low IQ and tremors, this will be common. Okay. And then alkaptonuria, it is also called black urine disease because ochronosis happens. Okay. Alkaptons will be formed, and that process of formation of the alkapton is called ochronosis. Okay, so the enzyme deficiency here is the homogentisate oxidase. So as I told you from the name, black urine disease, on standing the urine turns black. This deposition may go into the joints and cartilages also. Next, albinism. I told you in the very starting of the video. Okay, I've told you in this video itself, albinism, enzyme deficient tyrosinase. It causes everywhere white skin. Okay, so if you observe anyone with totally white skin, right, totally their body full is white, that means they suffer from this condition, albinism. Okay, and then hypertyrosinemia, two types are there, type 1 and 2. Let's see one. Enzyme deficient fumarate acetoacetate hydrolase. Okay, this causes hepatorenal failure. What do I mean by this term hepatorenal? Hepato means liver, renal means kidney. It's a failure of the liver and kidneys. And type 2 is also called Richner-Hanhart syndrome. Okay, and enzyme deficient is tyrosine transaminase. It causes skin and eye lesions. So the skin and the eyes will be affected. And then neonatal tyrosinemia, it is para-hydroxyphenylpyruvate dioxygenase. From the name you are seeing, neonatal. Neonatal means just born. Yeah, just born, which came out from the mother's womb, didn't even start crying. That is only neonatal. Okay, so it's just seen in a just born baby. Okay, and there is one more thing, even Parkinsonism is there. Parkinsonism basically is going to be a neural defect, right? So as we know, in Parkinsonism, the dopamine is deficient. So for that, they are administering levodopa. Okay, dopa cannot pass through triple B, blood-brain barrier. Okay, so they administer levodopa, which will inactivate dopamine decarboxylase, or they are giving even carby and methyl dopa also, but mostly they will prefer to give levodopa. Okay, because it will act well on the dopamine dopa decarboxylase. This is just in regarding to the Parkinsonism. Okay, let's see the last amino acid, tryptophan. So the more we will see two pathways, serotonin pathway. Okay, yeah, kynurenine pathway and serotonin pathway. Two pathways we are going to see, and biologically important compound, serotonin and melatonin. Now let us see with first, this pathway is our kynurenine pathway. Let us see. So tryptophan, on formylation, so formyl group is added, we'll have N-formyl kynurenine. Then N-formyl kynurenine will donate its formyl group to THF, folic acid. I repeat, formyl group donates its group to the folic acid. So THF2, N5-formyl THF, we will get kynurenine. On B6 deficiency, xanthurenic acid. Remember, uri means urine. Okay, xanthurenic acid, it will be excreted in the urine. Then kynurenine, on hydroxylation, we have 3-hydroxykynurenine. Then on which enzyme it is? Kynurenase. So 3-hydroxykynurenine on kynurenase. There is a release of alanine, which is going to be glycogenic, and this will form our 3-hydroxyantranilate. Okay, you can remember it as 3-hydroxyantranilic acid or antranilate, just 3-hydroxyantranilate. Okay, so there are going to be two sub pathways, 97%, 3%. This is the 3% pathway. Sorry, this is 97% pathway. 3% will form into niacin coenzymes. Just remember, it will form into NAD plus and NADP plus. Okay, need not to go into the details of the total formation, but just remember 3% of the pathway will form NAD plus and NADP plus coenzymes of niacin. Let us see the 97% pathway now. So now it is going to form amino carboxymuconaldehyde. On decarboxylation, this carboxy is removed, the rest will be same. Amino muconaldehyde. On deamination, ketoadipic acid. And on decarboxylation, acetoacetyl-CoA. This itself is a ketone body. It starts ketogenesis and it starts the cholesterol biosynthesis as well. Now let us see with uh, the serotonin pathway. We have seen kynurenine pathway. We'll see serotonin pathway now. So tryptophan on hydroxylase. So on hydroxylation of tryptophan, TH4 I told you, tetrahydrobiopterin, BH2 is dihydrobiopterin. So TH4 to DH2, NADPH2 to NADP plus, oxygen to water, 5HT, that is 5-hydroxytryptophan. On decarboxylation, serotonin, okay, it forms amine. So 5-hydroxytryptamine, that is nothing but serotonin, okay. Then this may form on monoamino oxidase into 5-hydroxyindole acetic acid. This will be excreted in the urine, 5-hydroxyindole acetic acid. Now anyway, continuing with the serotonin. So serotonin on acetylation, addition of acetyl group will get acetyl serotonin. Then on transmethylation, we will get melatonin. So briefly about the uses of the melatonin and serotonin, let us see. Melatonin is mostly important for sleep wake up cycle. So when you feel sleepy all the time, you might have observed some people, they will feel sleepy all the time throughout the day. They'll keep yawning and all that, right? Because for them melatonin is more, that is why they'll feel sleepy all the time, okay, or that is also called circadian rhythm, okay. And now the use of the serotonin. Serotonin is a mood elevator. That's why it is generally said you always have to be happy and smiling in life, right? You cannot be always very sad and angry, isn't it? Right? We all want to be happy in life and joyful. So when we are more happy, more is your serotonin. And also serotonin is known to basically gastric secretion. That was also one function of the serotonin. You can write gastric secretion in the stomach so that the food is digested. HCl can be secreted by the help of serotonin, not only by even oxyntic cells. Right. So applied aspect, Hartnupp's disease. This is very, very, very important. Hartnupp's disease. Autosomal recessive. Please remember, most of the aminoacidurias will be autosomal recessive. They will have mental retardation, low IQ, tremors. Okay. These are common points. Please remember for every aminoaciduria. Okay. And what is happening here? There is a defect in tryptophan metabolism in the kidney and intestine, and it might cause the pellagra, that is the B3 deficiency. Please remember the 4 D's of pellagra I am going to tell you. Diarrhea, dementia, dermatitis and death. Please remember these 4 D's. These are the clinical features of pellagra. Okay. Now a small note on the aminoacidurias. This can be for short notes. Okay. So this is a tabular form to sum up all the aminoacidurias. Okay. So let us see first one, PKU. I told you phenylalanine hydroxylase was the enzyme deficient. We had mental retardation, hypertonia, seizure, or you can include low IQ, tremors also. Okay. Incidence is not very important. All are very rare disorders, more 99% of them. Then hypertyrosinemia type 1, fumaryl acetoacetate hydrolase, mainly it causes hepatorenal damage. Okay. Alkaptonuria, it is homogentisate oxidase, deposition in the cartilage. It may also cause arthritis. And then homocystinuria, three types are there. 1, 2, 3. 1 is cystathionin beta synthase. That's important. Cystathionin beta synthase. Okay. This was catalyzing one step. Yes, homocysteine to serine. Homocysteine to serine on cystathionin beta synthase, we got cystathionin. And then we were getting alpha ketobutyrate and cysteine, right? This causes ectopia lentis. Lentis is what? Possibly lens. Ectopia means the lens will be located somewhere. Okay, that is what. And then homocystinuria type 2, methyltransferase, mental retardation. The same with type 3, but enzyme is different. That is methylene THF reductase. Same mental retardation only. And histidinemia, more histidine in the blood. So histidase enzyme is deficient, causes slurriness of the speech. Let us see some more. Next, maple syrup urine disease. This is the most important one. By the branched chain keto acid decarboxylase, it causes maple syrup or smell of the burnt sugar. That is the very important feature of maple syrup urine disease. And then methylmalonic aciduria, mutase. I've told you in the propionyl CoA, we saw this mutase enzyme, right? Mainly it causes ketosis and hypotonia. And cystathionuria, cystathionase, it is benign. Okay. Hyperprolinemia type 2, proline dehydrogenase is deficient, causes seizures. Okay. And citrullinemia, argininosuccinate synthetase, this is there in our urea cycle. It causes seizures and vomiting also. And argininemia, arginase is deficient, causes spastic diplegia. Okay. Some more aminoacidurias. Okay. So we are having the OTC deficiency also, that is ornithine transcarbamylase. Okay. That is causing our lethargy and convulsion. What is important here? What is the defect? Enzyme and clinical features. That is more important here. Okay. And CPS1 deficiency, that was catalyzing our first step, ammonia and carbon dioxide becoming into CP, carbamyl phosphate. Okay. Causing vomiting and lethargy. That is a deficiency. And argininosuccinate aciduria, argininosuccinase enzyme, mainly causes trichorhexis nodosa. I repeat, trichorhexis nodosa. And then hyperornithinemia, ornithine decarboxylase. Okay. We saw in the polyamines also, we were getting putrescine, ornithine on decarboxylation, putrescine, right? And vomiting, lethargy, that is what will be caused. Okay. And okay, I've told you about this cystathionuria and all that. Okay. So that is with the aminoacidurias. So references from where I took the pictures. That brings us to end of the video. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.